Wait a second. There you go.
I was muted too. Can you hear me?
Yes. We're muting. Muted.
Empezamos
Yes.
mal.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? That's the
I can
question
hear you
we're
now.
having.
I don't know what
Okay.
happened there.
I did some magic. There are some
I
things I didn't
guess.
turn on. These are not the headphones I was wearing before.
Oh, okay.
So they're different headphones. And I forgot to get them tuned up with my computer
Gotcha.
before we started. How are you?
Doing good. Just crazy day. Tired. Is there an echo?
I don't hear one.
Okay.
For
It.
you always hear one, but
Yeah, it sounds weird.
I don't know why.
But I'm
Um,
good. How about you?
Good.
It's so
We've been gone
late.
for a while. It's always late, but I don't go to bed until like super late. How about you?
Yeah, I normally go to bed late, but I was fighting it today, trying to get the
Oh
girls to
no.
bed.
Did you get some caffeine?
No, I forgot.
Yeah, I
It's
can't do
okay.
caffeine past like 1. I'll get a migraine.
I'm fine if I drink caffeine. I just have to make sure I drink a lot of water.
I like your little background there. Did you make those?
No, the girls made those. I mean, like the painting. The girls made
Uh-huh.
those like a few years back, and I just framed them with
They're
these
so cute.
IKEA frames. Yeah.
Good.
So, what's up? It's
So,
been crazy.
yeah, it's been crazy. I feel like we owe an explanation to our audience of one person why we've been gone for so long, but she knows. It's our mom, so she knows why we've been gone. But in case anybody else hears this in the future, we took a long break from having our conversations because we have been moving.
Yeah,
Isn't that fun?
moving to
But
different towns. And
pretty much settled. How about you?
yeah, I mean, there's always things that could be better, but we're settled. Yeah, we're settled.
Settled. Okay, so what do you want to talk about today?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, right? The World Cup, I think, is the thing that was in everyone's mind for a while. At least, people like us,
A portion of the world that's
a
obsessed
portion of
with,
the world who care. For us, it's like culturally a big deal.
yeah.
So we're very much invested in it.
Did you get a chance to watch that documentary I sent you last week
Yeah,
about the
I did.
last World Cup?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. What do you
It's
think
just,
about doing a reaction video to that documentary?
yeah, we
Do you
could.
think do you think it pretty much explains? Oh, my light went off. I think it's dying. They get charged.
Oh,
I'm charging the other one. One second, one second, one second. One second. Hold on.
okay. We're gonna wait. So we're live. So I guess I should be talking while she's going to fix our light. I thought about buying a little desk studio light, but I don't think I'm there yet. Plus this desk is tiny. So there's not really space for that. Um so I did have a list of things we could talk about. Uh, so the whole thing with the World Cup.
I'm back.
There you go.
I heard you.
So what's weird about the World Cup this time around? 'Cause
To me, the World Cup itself wasn't weird. It's just some narratives that were born of it or from it that, to me, if you're paying attention, seem like an obvious campaign that's
yeah,
not organic.
definitely not.
Doesn't seem organic. Was the World Cup itself weird to you?
Not the whole World Cup. But like I would say like maybe halfway when like Argentina played against
Egypt.
maybe, yeah, and even before that. Then we played with Cabo Verde before Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So even then, like it seemed like people were just talking online, like saying like, oh, no cobraron algo. Sorry, my Spanglish. There was a foul that they
Didn't call a
didn't,
foul
yeah,
or
didn't call a foul on Argentina when they should have. Or Messi did this thing and they should have kicked him off the game or whatever, the match.
so that was
Like
weird to
things like
you?
that. That was like, what? Like,
That was weird to you?
yeah, that was weird.
Oh.
Although there's always like a lot of hate, but it's more like the normal amount that you would expect from a competitive sport,
Mm-hmm.
right? When it's like the world stage and everyone's, talking smack about the other team. But no, it was like a little more. And like there's a lot of I was not like 100% aware of like the whole Messi hater
Oh
that's
yeah. So
that's
that's
out
why it
there.
wasn't weird
Like
to me, because I've
like I knew they were out there, but I did not know that they were so intense. Like,
oh yeah.
uh, yeah.
I was pretty much in touch with that world since last World Cup, following a lot of streamers online from Argentina, some from other countries, and there's always that, you know, Messi lover, Ronaldo lover kind of feud going on, and it's pretty intense. Um, and especially, I don't know if it's because I'm a Messi fan, uh, but I find the Ronaldo fans to have become more and more intense as
Kind of
you
cultish,
know,
right?
yeah, as things were piling on, like accomplishments on Messi's side, they were getting more and more vicious, and um, but yeah, that's why that wasn't weird to me. To me, where when it took a turn was the whole Egypt
Yeah,
versus
totally. Like it
Argentina
kept
game.
getting worse, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
incrementally louder
Yes,
and louder.
but when
Like
that happened, do you remember what the Egypt at the end of the game, what the
of the match
Egypt coach did?
coach, yeah, he was going like that, which is like
Yeah.
the sign to like call racism or something, which
Yes.
is
And I saw it coming. I'm like, "Oh, here we go. There's something there's something underlying here." Um and what is it to you? What's the undercurrent of all this?
it's they use those things to, I don't know, they're like scapegoats, right? Like, oh, it's something external outside of you. It's not that we lost because maybe the other team played better or maybe we didn't do this in the way that we should have done or make the
Mhm.
changes that we should have done, or I don't know. It was because of racism or because of, people were saying
Mhm.
like because of the Jews. And I'm like,
Yeah, so I
how?
think that's where you hit it right in the head, like the nail in
Yeah.
the head,
Yeah.
because of the Jews.
Blame it on anything else but yourself or the circumstances or
Yeah.
yourself. I mean,
And there's a narrative, right? There's like a narrative to push. Um, and it's pervasive and it's been going on for a long time. and it's getting louder and louder.
Hmm.
I feel like, and personally, I think that the fact that Argentina has the president right now who is considered to be right wing, he's really a libertarian.
Yeah, he's a libertarian, but he's
He's not a
considered to be
conservative.
conservative. He's not, I don't think he's a conservative. He's
No, he's not.
libertarian.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but because anything, you know, this side of center, it's far right.
I would say
So
anything
that's
this
okay.
side of insanity is far right.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
which is
sugarcoat it.
crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
not that you don't have insanity on the right, also, because there's, a branch of the right that seems to have broken off uh, as of late. And now they are rejecting the right? Because they came out
Yeah, they
saying
were
that they're
never.
not. Yeah, I think they were like a plant, right? Well, we can't say for sure, obviously, because we don't have evidence
Proof.
or proof, but it's all shady.
Well, if it walks like a duck, right?
Yeah. So it's like you do things, your end goal is different, right? But the way you go about doing things is the same way as, the far left. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing because the way of doing things is what we conservatives consider that it's wrong because you're not going to achieve the results that you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're oppressing people to get to a certain goal, and that's not right because we're here to just coexist and have liberties and freedom to do, to live life.
Yeah.
And these people on the far left don't want to let us, and then these people on the far right also don't want to let us. It's not good,
Yeah. No. I'm trying to
right?
see about the, yeah. There you go. Sorry. I'm new at managing all this stuff and I wasn't sure what that was and I pressed the wrong button. Can you hear me? You can't. Okay, you're muted. You're muted.
Does it mute me automatically?
Yeah,
That's,
because I
yeah.
pressed that wrong button.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So I was gonna say that I still enjoyed the World Cup. It was super fun, like up until the
Mm-hmm.
last game. And even the last game, like, we suffer, right? Every time. But the thing that the team has is that they always like fight it, right? Up until the end. And it's like this time it was
Mm-hmm.
different. They played differently. And there's a lot of speculations as to why. We don't know why. So we can't really
Yeah.
say why. Those are all just theories.
Yeah.
But for sure, I mean, zero attempts at goal. That's like insanity for Argentina. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, Spain is obviously a pretty good team,
They
right?
play that game of ball retention.
Yeah,
That's their style. And it is very hard to break through that. So I feel like we saw the same thing with France. Like they basically nullify you can't get past their middle ground or the midfield, I would say. It's really, really hard. Um, that's a style of playing. It's a defensive style of playing, and it is hard. But I think how I perceived it as I watched it, I saw the mood of the team was definitely off.
yeah, it was off.
You could see that they were kind of defeated from the get go. I felt like they came in angry for some reason. Uh, they were playing. I wouldn't say they were playing rough. They're just playing ball and
A
uh,
little bit more aggressive, maybe.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little desperate, aggressive. Not. And there's a lot of people, especially in the states, that are not. Let's be honest. This is not the game that people in our country watch in the United States. So they're newcomers to the game and they see something and then they hear narratives being spat at them, and they start believing and they
And
think
they
that
repeat it.
something is out of the ordinary. That type of game and play is not out of the ordinary. Anybody that has watched the game for a long time, maybe grew up with it like we did, it's not all that abnormal. Um, you have guys in the field, a lot of testosterone, uh, and I mean, it
I
happens.
mean, it's true. It sounds weird.
They they get rowdy sometimes, and there were some things that happened after the game that I definitely don't condone. I don't know what your opinion is on that.
I don't know because I didn't see any of that until I don't know a
Hmm.
few days after,
Yeah,
and then like you see it and you don't know what happened. You don't
yeah, you
know if
don't know
someone
what they said. But
yeah
with that being said,
provoked.
like I remember the game with England and Jude Bellingham, a player for the English team.
Yeah,
After
he's
they had
smacked the
lost,
kid.
he smacked the kid over the head, which is honestly I thought it was a little funny.
It
Uh,
was funny.
it was
I mean,
funny.
like it's silly to do that.
It
Plus,
was
like
silly.
he
He was,
picked the
but
smallest guy on the field to do that too.
yeah.
That's whatever.
But I extended some grace because I know, players. It's such an emotional, heightened
Yeah,
state that they're in, and sometimes they're gonna do some dumb things. And my first thought was like, I wonder what the kid said,
yeah.
because people don't do that out of nowhere, especially a professional player. I assumed that the kid said something, but if I wanted to stay objective, I was like, okay, he said something that doesn't give an excuse to get physical.
Oh yeah.
At the same time, you know, you can give him a pass. Maybe don't do that next time. Same thing with our player Paredes. I'm sure they said something. I'm sure there were provocations. You don't know what these players say to each other where they're in the field playing. I mean, it's a psychological game too. So people do play this psychological game where they speak to each other while they're playing, and they kind of try to tear down the barriers.
It's
Um,
kind of silly though, like at the end of the game. Like I can see why that happens before, right? Because you're trying to get in someone else's head. But
mhm.
at the end, well, I guess yes. It's because
It's just all that
emotions are
stuff
still,
boiling over.
yeah, the
Emotions are
emotions
still
still
high.
running high and yeah. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna give my opinion. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe most likely he was wrong to respond like aggressively like that.
Hmm.
But I'm sure there was some justification for it.
I wouldn't say justification. I would say explanation.
Explanation, sure. Yes. So
There's
aside from
always
the
a better
game,
way to, yeah. Aside from that, I forgot where I was going with that. Just that
I
people
feel
don't
like,
don't understand the game here in the United States as much. They're not used to it. They're not used to all how all different countries play, and it's easy for the media to manipulate
oh yeah,
us as the American public into thinking whatever they want us to think. Um, so that was my point. But you were gonna say, aside from the game.
Right.
What's
Like
happened?
Spain, I think obviously the way the game was played, they deserved to win.
Oh yeah.
Could Argentina have won because they were the better team? I feel like yes. I feel like Argentina had the better team, but that game was not played the way,
As if they were the
Argentina
better
plays.
team.
So they Spain played it better and they deserved to win, so they won it. And it's
Mm,
sad, but it's it is what it is, right?
yeah.
Um, Guy, who is 8 years old, she was like crying after the game. And I just like it took me back to 1994 when I was that age, at 8 years old, and we lost. I remember crying too.
Was an
So I'm
World Cup
like,
not in the United States too?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
It was.
I remember crying too.
You remember 94? I remember 90 and 94 because obviously
Yeah.
I'm older than you. And the emotions that go into the game. Do you think football or soccer, as they call it here, is so emotional because of the low count of points and how
Yes,
hard it is to get them?
because
So it
there's
kind of,
more. It's like the heightened expectation, right? Like
mm-hmm,
it's all tense until you score, and it's like an explosion because it's like one goal every I don't know how long. It's a
mm-hmm.
low scoring game, so I think yeah, it keeps you more on edge because of that, and it's very emotional.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm not
what
sure
else?
what, but the other thing that intensified through, and like I said, I feel like that Egypt game was the turning point for that,
That was an
was
awesome
a
game.
narrative. Ah, oh yeah, that was an awesome game. But there's a narrative that started to spread. And it's not just like, oh, everybody wants Argentina to lose, which sometimes that can be normal when somebody's at the top. People
Yeah,
don't want them to win again. You know, they want another team to win. Uh, but it spun out into narratives about the entire country being racist.
yeah,
Uh, and they're still going on like a frenzy online,
yeah.
especially
And
TikTok. You
like
cannot
popular
open that.
people, like
Mm-hmm.
actors and famous people, NFL
Yes.
players, and you're like, what? And it's something silly to say, right? Because you can't really judge a whole group of people and like put them all in the same box because that doesn't work with any group of people, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing that's going on with the Jews, with Zionists, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
And it
it's
goes into attacking mode of a whole country or a whole people instead of attacking ideas. To me, attacking ideas is okay because a person can change their ideas.
yeah,
Um, that's fine. But beyond that, uh, the propaganda, the attacks are based on absolutely nothing,
nothing.
really nothing. Stuff that I would even say maybe takes some portions of truth, but spins it into a narrative that's not tethered to reality. Um, some of the things that I've seen are like, oh, Argentina is racist because of the campaigns the one of the presidents did to expand the territory. Um, okay, truth. Argentina doesn't have any people of color or Afro descendants. First of all, not true. There are Afro Argentines. And the reasons that population is not big are benign. They're not what people are making them out to be.
That's right.
What do you know about that?
Well, the thing is that back when slavery was a thing, Argentina didn't have an industry that used slavery. It wasn't common use in Argentina. So most
Hmm.
of the slaves that were sold were mainly sold in like Brazil and
Hmm.
Central America, right?
Hmm.
So you didn't have that many to begin with. And then when Argentina was established as a country, they didn't
Right, because you were talking
adopt
about
slavery.
that slavery that was happening was under the
Spain,
colony of
yeah,
Spain,
Spain
right? It was
colony.
the Virreinato de la Plata.
Hmm.
That's what it's called,
And
and
it
it
still
was
wasn't like for common industries. It was more like if you were like super rich, you might have a slave or a servant, right?
hmm
But it wasn't like plantations like they had in Brazil, right? I don't know if
exactly.
I, yeah. So, and then like even when Argentina became a country, like they didn't like slavery. So it's not something they adopted as a country. And
Yeah, they
so,
abolished it.
yeah,
There was the law of the free womb, whereby if there was a woman that had become Argentine, being a slave, if she had children, they were automatically free, and there was no segregation ever instituted. Uh, from that point forth, the population of Argentina was mixed, right?
yeah.
Uh, and I'm sure there were people that had prejudice. I mean,
Oh, like anywhere.
yeah, the
You're
people
gonna
of
find the,
Argentina were a mix of Europeans and
yes.
natives, which hello, we are. We have
You're gonna
native.
find all sorts of things everywhere. You're gonna find
Hmm.
the racist person, you're gonna find the liar, you're gonna find the fraudster, you're gonna find the, you know,
Name it.
R word, the pedo, PDF file. Every country has that, right? But
Hmm.
you can't say a whole group of people is that. It's
Yeah.
not reality and it makes you look stupid, right? Because you're just repeating something that you heard from someone else instead of thinking about it. Like it makes no
But
sense, right?
that's what our whole environment is nowadays. It's just people repeating and repeating and repeating, copy and paste what they see online, and then jumping on bandwagons and commenting without even one thought. Oh yeah, I hate them. Oh yeah, we don't hate them enough. I've seen
Yeah, I think some
TikToks like
people
that
do that because they like doing that. They do that for fun. They're not
hmm
really wanting to engage in any sort of argument.
conversation.
Yeah, they're just doing that because they like trolling online, right?
Yeah.
But then, and that's fine. In the comments, no one knows who you are, whatever. But the people who like have big platforms and they're like famous and they have like you have some type of authority just because you're in that position, like you have to watch out what you say
Yeah.
and you have to not be stupid. Otherwise, I I think being canceled, it's
It's
not,
appropriate.
yeah, it's appropriate. It is appropriate. We love free speech in this country, and anyone has the right to express themselves, but that does not mean that there's not going to be consequences, right?
Yeah.
Social
Freedom of
consequences.
association is also a real
It's,
thing.
yeah,
So you can say what you want. I also can think what I want about what you said and
that's right.
express my opinion. And I also can choose not to associate or buy your product, or pay attention to any movie you put out, or go to any concert that you put on, uh, or even listen to the music. I can do that too,
Yep,
and it's fine. That's free market. If
that's
you
right.
choose to act like a horses behind.
So
Social
what
media
what
having a
should we
huge
do?
platform, having power. We should
What's
speak against
our
these things. Like we should talk about it, and we should really not pay attention. I've been hoping that people stop listening to celebrities for lessons in morality or what to think about subjects,
right?
because they are typically always on the wrong side of things, and they are not affected.
Oh no. They
They
live in a
affect,
different world.
yeah, they affect the masses. The masses go on and make decisions, riot, vote based on that, and the masses bear the consequences of that. The
Hmm.
celebrities and the rich people and the powerful people don't. Um, so maybe we should stop listening to people that don't even live in the same world, in the same reality
Not in the same
as
reality,
all of
yeah.
us.
Yep, that's a great answer. And then the other thing that we need to think about is yes, you're gonna find people who will do really bad things in everywhere you go. You're also gonna find people who try to live good lives, right? And respect
Hmm.
others everywhere. But what you will always find everywhere is that everyone, absolutely everyone, is a sinner. And
Hmm.
we all need Jesus. That's it,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. The narrative that so and so or that country or this country, they're all evil and I'm the good one. It's not reality. I did a TikTok earlier where I showed where you can make that narrative of, oh, this country has a history of X or Y, violence, oppression, um, racism, slavery, whatever evil
Yeah.
that humans have engaged in, regardless of the amount of melanin in their skin, regardless of what part of the globe they come from,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of what they look like, that has no bearing on the evil that we're capable of and that we have all done.
Yeah.
Um, and I think part of the reason people like to jump on, these subjects, narratives, and start pointing fingers is because it's a way of pointing out how somebody else is evil, bad, but I'm the good guy.
Yeah.
And we do that a lot. Where even because uh, we're engaging in a quiet life, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not robbing a bank, I'm not doing. We tend to think, oh, I'm good. I'm a good person. The problem is that I'm comparing myself to other people,
Mm-hmm.
and other people are not the benchmark.
No.
The benchmark is the righteousness and perfection of God. And we all fall short of that,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
Um, yeah, there are categories of sins and levels, I would say, in a human perspective. Um, but we're all bad. And because we're
Yeah.
all bad, that applies to different countries, anywhere in the globe that people come from. There's always going to be, like you said, I wouldn't say good people, but like decent people and people that just want to engage in doing really evil things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there were some there was some media that I had collected to kind of watch together and talk about what we think about what other people are saying. Did you want to
Dale.
go through those?
Dale.
Did you the video file? We're gonna put it in 1 second. Presenting mode. Let's see if that works. And I'm gonna bring up a couple things. Hopefully this works. Okay, some of the things. Okay. We have been talking about people in social media talking about this narrative or this propaganda that Argentina is evil. Everybody, you shouldn't have anything to do with those people because they're bad. And obviously in Argentina, people have heard of this, and they're, making videos, posting, responding to the accusations, I would say. And so I grabbed a clip of a person from Argentina, and you're muted again, by the way. Good. And I also grabbed the clip from a person that moved from the United States to Argentina. We're going to watch him and discuss. But I don't know why you're muted.
I'm good. It muted when you started presenting. It muted me automatically.
Oh, okay. You can unmute when you see that because it doesn't let me do it. So here's the first one. Let's see if we can watch it together.
Una campaña muy fuerte de odio en contra de Argentina. Una campaña artificial.
And I should say, for the people that don't speak Spanish, I think we should translate. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so she's saying how there's a campaign against Argentina.
Gestada desde las redes sociales y financiada por dos corrientes que son completamente antagónicas. El wokismo y la izquierda internacional por un lado y el islam por el otro.
She's saying that she believes the campaign it's been orchestrated because if you pay attention,
funded.
Yeah, she said funded. Funded by two streams, two ideologies, wokeism and Islamism.
Islam.
What do you think about that?
It makes total sense.
Yes.
I mean, it's what we've been seeing here in the United States. It's also what we've been seeing happen with the whole Gaza thing, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah,
Leftism
slandering
and Islam.
Yeah, it's the Red Green Alliance. There's a strong narrative, and it's always the same. It's always pointed at people. And like I said, I think I mentioned before, we shouldn't forget about the detail that Argentina's president, Javier Milei, has been very vocal about supporting Israel. So he is no friend of the Islamists. Also, he's a libertarian who is very vocal against the global left. So he's no friend of theirs either. So all those things kind of come together. And it's not hard evidence, but that would make sense that these two streams of ideology and powerful people that are participant may want to slander a whole country in such a furious way.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that the the watermark of these campaigns are always the same. You have influencers online, you have media outlets, and then you have Hollywood
Stars. Yeah.
stars, actors, and famous people.
Yeah.
And they all kind of all of a sudden agree that a whole people or country or party or whatever is evil, and that this is the narrative that is true, and they don't want to listen to any explanation or context or reason as to why what they're saying is not true. So let's continue.
Como digo, son completamente antagónicas, pero que tienen un objetivo en común, que es destruir los valores de Occidente. Un objetivo en común que es...
Sorry, she's saying these two ideologies are at odds with each other, but they do have one objective in common, which is to destroy the values of the West.
Destruir los valores de Occidente. Esto que está pasando ahora, post-mundial, y después de este extraño último partido de la selección argentina, se viene gestando desde hace un buen tiempo, porque de hecho...
Did you stop it?
No, I didn't. Did you?
No, I can't. I don't think I have access to it.
Okay, so she says all these basically narratives that have come out of the World Cup have been basically percolating for a while, in the making for a while, that it didn't come out of nowhere. I don't know. It doesn't want to come on.
It won't play anymore?
Mm-mm.
I don't have access to it, so. Do you want to see if you can restart it?
Yeah. Present. Excuse us, some technical difficulties. Okay.
Hay una campaña muy fuerte de odio en contra de Argentina. El wokismo y la izquierda internacional por un lado y el Islam por el otro, que como digo son completamente antagónicas, pero que tienen un objetivo en común, que es destruir los valores de Occidente. Esto que está pasando ahora, post-mundial, y después de este extraño último partido de la selección argentina, se viene gestando desde hace un buen tiempo, porque de hecho hay cuentas españolas que yo había empezado a seguir, de nacionalistas españoles que estaban luchando contra el Islam y que ahora tienen un extraño mensaje en contra de Argentina. Esto es algo a lo que de alguna manera vamos a tener que acostumbrarnos, porque Argentina y las ideas de la libertad se van a convertir en un faro para el resto de la humanidad que está siendo colonizada por el Islam. Pero así.
Okay, she talks about how she's even seen accounts that she's followed from Spain, and these accounts were very vocal in regards to Islamic
takeover.
To basically take over of Spain. And she has seen them kind of flip on Argentina and participate in the whole narrative that this campaign that Argentina is bad, racist, the big bad wolf. And she says that it's this kind of narrative from the world is something that the Argentines are going to have to get used to if things continue to get better for them, if they continue on the path they're on, because they're going to be what do you call it?
Like a guiding light, like a lighthouse.
Like a lighthouse, like a guiding light for people.
Or a beacon.
A beacon of light, of liberty for people that are losing their liberty.
Because of the Islamic takeover.
Because of the Islamic colonization that's taking place in Europe.
Sí, literalmente colonizada por el Islam. Los jugadores de la selección mostraron valores de Occidente, mostraron su cristianismo, su catolicismo, sin ninguna vergüenza. Expusieron además el colonialismo y esto que hicieron los piratas, de quedarse con nuestras islas. Lo expusieron ante...
Okay, so she talks about how the Argentine squad, many, if not the majority of them, have showcased their faith in God. Granted, they're not perfect people. We have established that we don't think anybody is perfect, but they have been vocal about their faith. They are men that are married with children. They have families, and that's what they've presented to the world through the World Cup. In a time, I'm gonna add to what she's saying, all that in a time where that's frowned upon, it's unpopular, and the world doesn't want to see that, right? And they also exposed, by using that controversial flag after the English match, saying Las Malvinas son Argentinas, talking about the Falkland, the islands that, as Argentinians call them, the pirates took from us. That's what she said. And that's another subject we can delve into, maybe not today, another day, because it's long. It's a lot of stuff, and it's late. So we're not gonna have time to cover that tonight, but maybe next time we can delve into that subject a little more. But let's go and see what else she has to say.
El mundo, mostraron a sus familias felices, a sus hijos, mostraron valores que se están perdiendo en todo el mundo. Y eso es lo que detesta y a lo que le teme la izquierda internacional y el Islam. Así
she said they showcase values that are being lost in the world, like the values that are fading away basically throughout the world, and that the global left detests those values. The Judeo-Christian values, the values of the West, the foundational values of our civilization, basically. Want to say anything to that? No.
que argentinos más que nunca fuertes, porque va a haber una oleada, eso ya se sabe desde hace un buen tiempo, va a haber una oleada de inmigración masiva, de gente que va a huir de estos países.
Oh, it stopped by itself again. Anyhow, she goes on to say that Argentines should get used to it because they're going to be target of these types of narratives, and there's going to be a wave of immigration to Argentina because Argentina is a country that has a pretty, I would say, lax, open immigration policy. A lot of people from Latin America actually go to Argentina to go to university for free. I've seen clips of
the same people who are doing the hating.
Angry Argentines showcasing all these people that come to their universities for free and are living online just to hate Argentina.
Free education, free healthcare,
free everything. And they go online and basically doo-doo all over the country.
Yeah.
How grateful are they? That's really nice.
Well, I hope that's something that changes.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this is like a wake-up call and it changes.
Yeah.
I don't agree with free healthcare or free university, and I have my reasons for it. I'm sure we can bring it up at some point, but
yeah,
they need to at least like limit it to the citizens, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the people who actually
well,
contribute.
you cannot have a functioning what do you call it? That free healthcare, free university, You cannot have a functioning social net like that and also have your borders open for everybody to take care of it,
Yeah.
to take over it or take advantage of it, because it's going to collapse.
Yeah. Someone is
Economically,
footing that bill.
logically, is not going to work long term. You're going to bankrupt it. So, but that's just too sensical for the global left.
Oh, yeah.
Things don't have to make sense. Things don't have to work in practice as long as they sound nice on the surface. And I can use it as a slogan to make myself look like I'm some kind of hero by just saying the words. If I can impart myself some righteousness by just saying pretty things that people like to hear that are just fairy tales, that's what the global left is about.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if this clip is gonna continue. I think it froze again. I should say my internet service here is not good. And because it's in the boonies and it's like a new place, it was the only internet service there was available. And, you know, no competition.
That's what happens when you got no
efficiency.
competition.
No competition, things don't work. There's a lesson in that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that clip doesn't work, but basically that's what she's gonna say at the end. That they better get used to it, that it's not organic, that it's orchestrated, that it's paid for, and it's just, you know, I guess the United States is not going to be the only villain in the world anymore. We have company. You're muted again.
How did that happen? I was going to say, I think others will join as well, because the whole Latin America is turning conservative, right?
Oh yeah, what about that?
Colombia,
the
guy's conservative that won. And then I think Chile, they had their elections not too long ago, and it's also conservative. So I think little by little, they're going to, you know.
Yeah. So you think the colonizers are going to start lecturing us more and more?
Yeah.
Like collectively.
I don't like using that term colonizer to even talk about.
I use it
Europeans.
just like to be funny, because that's what they call themselves. They like castigate themselves with it.
Because if you think about it, like, people have been colonizing each other since the beginning of time.
Yes.
Right. So
they came here and colonized people that were colonizing each other.
Exactly. They were savaging. They were
fighting with each other for, you know, making each other slaves. It's just like we said, human nature is bad.
Yeah, bad.
We do bad things. And there was another clip I had of an American that has emigrated to Argentina. Do you want to see that one?
Sure. If it's short, maybe you can.
It should. I mean, they're like Instagram reels, so they're not really that.
So maybe you can.
And it's in English, so yeah, it's in English,
okay.
so I don't have to translate anything. Okay, so let me work on this. I'm new at all this. How am I doing?
Better than I would be.
I didn't even know how these people do it all the time. Let's see. Here's the one. Let's see if we can watch it all the way through. Well, if it's gonna come on. Oh, there it is. And
the most terrible part of my life. I saw so many things that I didn't think I would ever see, and it just led to a lot of burnout. So from working through the pandemic, I transitioned to surgical nursing, and I worked for a surgery center. But that job didn't end up working out because the center that I was working for shut down, so I unexpectedly lost my job. But before I lost my job, I was planning a 2-week trip to Argentina. It was supposed to be just a quick little trip to celebrate my birthday and just have a good time in Argentina. But I did not spend 2 weeks in Argentina. I spent 6 weeks in Argentina. And during my 6 weeks here in Argentina, there was so many crazy things happening. Well, one, here for me because I was falling in love, and two, back home. Back home was completely insane. I was here looking at penguins, drinking wine, meeting amazing people. And back home, ICE was there. Riots were happening, people were getting shot, and all of this was happening like 10 minutes from where I live. And it just was so chaotic back home, and I thought, there's just no way that I can foresee myself staying and living in Minnesota after this. So what did I do? I went home, sold everything that I owned, and then came back to Argentina 2 months later with 2 suitcases, and now I'm starting life over again. I'm learning a new...
Well,
Okay, I stopped it there. What do you
Good
think
for
about
her.
that?
good
Well,
for
first of
her.
all, let's do some Argentina appreciation. How cool and how not cool are they? It's such a mixed bag because
I mean,
you have
they don't have a lack of lefties. They do not lack
no.
lefties. But it's weird because at the same time, these people are like, they're warm, they're like hospitable, they're friendly, like they'll talk to anyone.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like the more normal lefties, the one who are
Yes.
ideologically believing these things, but don't think about the results, right? Not the
Mhm.
people who are like on your face violently lefty, right?
Mhm.
Most people are like more normal, even though there's a lot of peronistas, right?
Mhm.
She'll
Rabid.
fit right in, I think.
Yeah, she'll fit right in. But yeah, there's that dichotomy. I feel like being attacked this ferociously maybe will turn some people, like that term that we use here, red pilled, black pilled, or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Maybe some of them are united over that. They, even though they are divided politically, they're basically united in the sense of like, what are you talking about? We're not racist.
Yeah. I don't
We're
really
like
like
friendly
the
people.
I don't really like the whole pilling movement. Like I feel like
Yeah, no, me
they
neither.
go from one extreme to another and I'm like, bro, can you just
Be normal.
like balance things out?
Relax.
Like
Relax.
yeah,
But
like
yeah, I don't know what
things
other
that
term, but they're gonna understand how the machine works, maybe.
hopefully.
Uh, I did have another clip, but I couldn't find it because I didn't have this whole folder ready for us to put all the clips in. Where it was an Argentine woman speaking in English, which maybe we can play it next time. But she was talking about Jasmine Crockett, Representative Jasmine Crockett from Texas, and she was basically responding to allegations she's made on the House floor. I mean, talking specifically about Argentina and
Yeah,
how racist
that
it
was a
is.
confusing clip to me because I listened to it quickly and then I'm like, does she even know what she's talking about? 'Cause
Exactly. So
she
that
didn't
was
she
my
didn't really get
point.
a
That's where I was
okay.
going. She was fighting misinformation with misinformation. So she was fighting the slandering that the global left is throwing at Argentina with slandering that the global left has thrown at the United States.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Like,
No.
in her arguments that she was making against Jasmine Crockett, she was repeating propaganda that the left has disseminated around the world about
Mhm.
the United States. So
I see what you're saying. Okay. Maybe you need
I
to
did
send that
comment
clip
on
to me.
that. I was like, yeah, maybe Jasmine Crockett and you are not as different as you
Yeah.
think.
It's so silly, right?
Yeah, so that's interesting to me how like we can do that where um we can see the effects of the machine when it's turned on us, but we still don't see how that machine was used against other people and we bought it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I
Yeah.
saw a lot of that. A lot of Argentines defending themselves from this slander, but still the big bad wolf was the United States.
The United States. So like defending themselves but pointing their fingers at the US. Which
Yes.
I get it, because a lot of the people who came out, like especially like influencers and famous people, they were American, right? A lot of them.
Yeah.
But
Not to
yeah,
mention the media.
yeah. Oh,
There
the
was
media,
something.
like repeating stuff that you're like,
Yeah, and purposely, you can see they purposely manipulate a situation to spread, not to inform you, but
to paint a picture. Yeah.
to paint a picture and make you think
Yeah.
something. I actually have an example of that. In regards to, I don't know if you saw, there were a lot of headlines about the Argentine team at the the ceremony where they give out the trophy ceremony. Did you see that?
Yeah, something that they were saying that the players were being disrespectful or something to the Spanish team.
Yeah, do you remember why they said that?
Because supposedly they had their backs to them, but really what was going on is that the fans were there and they were facing the fans, crying with them, singing. Well, the fans were singing and chanting, right? I don't think it had anything to do with Spain.
With Spain, they were not doing
most
anything
of
on
these
purpose.
guys like have played with the Spanish players. Like they know each other. They're friendlies. It's not like, once the game is done, you just go back to being, yo, what's up? Right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, let me show some of the headlines here so we can see what we're talking about. Here's the screenshot I took of multiple publications. Sore losers, Argentina refused to even acknowledge Spain lifting the World Cup, which, mind you, I just watched the entire trophy ceremony just to see what was going on, to see what people were talking about. And this part that they're pointing at, they're talking about, happened after everybody received their medals, right?
Yeah.
So the winners or the first place get the gold medal. Second place gets a silver medal. So the players had gone through that process already. And after that is when the team lifts up the cup for that big picture, right? That then gets published everywhere. So the Argentina team and the Spain team had gone through already, gotten their medals, and now the Spain team was getting together to do that picture, and Argentina had left the podium and went to their fans that, as you said, were singing to them. And there were a lot of tears, and I don't think people realize that a lot of that is not so much for losing the game, but it's because it's the end of an era, right? Messi's not going to play anymore. We already have
most likely
another
not.
legend that has left, Di Maria. A lot of the other players are aging out. Is like the old guard out. and the new guard is coming in, and it's a team that won a lot of things. I mean, they won
Together, yes.
together. They won a lot of things. They won
Dos Copa
a
America, the
Mhm.
finalísimas,
and a World Cup,
the World Cup.
and that's after Argentina didn't win anything for a long time.
For a long time, yes.
Which for if anybody ever concerns themselves with actually learning the Argentine culture instead of just talking about things they don't know, they would be shocked at how much this country loves the game and especially is obsessed with the World Cup. So those were all the emotions that were in play as the fans were singing to them and they were standing in front of them as a sign of respect, and tears were flowing. And it's a beautiful thing. And these headlines turned it into something horrible. Honestly, when I
Nefarious.
saw this, it made me sick to my stomach.
Really? I just ignore it. I'm like,
No, it's
whatever.
just the fact that how they spin things so shamelessly.
Yeah, but they do that with everything.
With everything. And that's what makes me sick to my stomach. And the fact that I know people go around the world not paying attention to anything. They see this and they just kind of ingest it.
Yeah.
Don't give
They
it
stay
another
with
thought.
it. They
They
with
stay
the
with
headline.
it. And okay, now I'm going to think those people are that without even questioning for a second, which in this day and age, I feel like we have to question everything.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta search a couple layers down, right? So those were the headlines, and I want to show people. There was another one that was specifically from the New York Post. I'm sorry, my tongue is getting tied. And that's the first one I saw, and I was like, what is this person talking about? Did you see it?
Probably not.
No.
No. How about you play? I'm gonna go get a blanket or something because I'm freezing.
You're cold?
Hold
yes,
on.
too long.
Go ahead and show it.
Okay. Okay, so this was the article from the New York Post. And let's see. It says, sore loser, Argentina turned their backs to Spain during World Cup trophy celebration after igniting post-match brawl. Yeah, they brought in the brawl. If you weren't looking closely, you might have missed the dirty move. Dirty move. Argentina pulled on Spain after the final whistle. They took measure beyond the post-match brawl to show their frustration about losing the World Cup final. I mean, this is a supposed journalist that looks at an image and concocts a whole narrative out of it and writes it as if she spoke to the players, got their opinion, got their input, and that's how she came up with this.
Seem like the guy looked for the fight just to like get his anger out.
This is not even about that, Natalie. She's talking about them facing the public and giving the back. That's what they were doing to show. How did she know that? Was she in their head?
She doesn't.
She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that. She's spinning a whole narrative. That's why, I mean, you can see this is not organic.
Yeah. And it's not how people saw it. Like normal people watching the match, we watched the whole ceremony. Like the game ended, we watched the whole thing. I was in the kitchen and Eric calls me. He's like, "Oh, you're missing the singing." So I come back and all the players are like standing there crying, and then the crowd is just like going
Singing.
crazy. So,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
But
that's
this
how everyone saw
Bridget
it.
Riley, apparently she's the mind reader, and she read in the mind of the players that they were doing that to be deliberately disrespectful and to protest that they lost the match. Granted, I don't know if people know this, Argentina has reached 7 finals of the World Cup.
Yeah.
Almost 100 national teams have played a World Cup. Only, I think, less than 10 teams have actually ever won it. Argentina went to the final 7 times, and they lost. This would be the 4th one they'd lose.
Yeah.
Do you think they don't know how to lose?
They
know how to lose.
They know how to lose.
They
And
know how to
like
lose.
another thing is like I did see that someone posted a short showing how they're talking about Argentina, what they did when they were doing the trophy for Spain, right? And then this guy brings up, he's like, yeah, when Argentina won and France was in second place, they were out of there. They didn't
Yeah,
even
they
stay
walked
in
out.
the field.
Why do they need to
When
stay?
Yeah,
Why
when
would they need
France
to
beat
stay?
Croatia did not stay there. They left.
No.
And then the previous time that Argentina lost the final with Germany, Argentina stayed there for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the last 2 times that a second place team stayed there and for the whole thing was Argentina.
And if it wasn't for the fact that the fans are so passionate and there's like a symbiotic relationship between the fans of the team and the team, it's just like an energy. If it wasn't for that they were singing, I'm sure they would have just turned and looked, or at least, or maybe gone to the locker. Anyhow, I'm gonna show now. Like you said, when you watch the ceremony, that this headline and this whole article is not what you see. This person concocted this whole thing. This Bridget Riley concocted this whole thing. Her and all the other supposed
Shame on her.
Yeah, shame on them. I mean, they don't inform us anymore. They just spin. They just spin webs. That's all they do. But this is what actually happened. I'm sorry. I think I need to take the music off because they're going to strike us. But basically, that's what's going on. That's the team. Watching them. Sing to them.
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. And it's really sad, the state of affairs, actually. It's very, very sad.
Yeah.
That this is what our children are growing up in. I mean, you can't take 2 steps. You can't watch a show on, say, YouTube or nothing. Something will come up. Pure propaganda, propaganda, propaganda. It's actually kind of, it would be demoralizing, or it would be more demoralizing if we didn't have faith.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the only way I get through it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
if not, it would get to me. Like it gets to other people. I mean,
yeah.
So.
And it may seem silly. This is just, a game or whatever, but it has real life repercussions. I've seen videos of people being beat up because they're wearing an Argentina jersey.
Oh, in Spain, right?
In Spain and other places. I mean, it has real life consequences that these narratives, Is there anything you wanted to talk about today? Anything about the conspiracy theories or or anything like that?
There was something I think I thought about earlier. I don't remember. The other thing they did, because also the spinning didn't just happen here in the US, it happened over there too in Argentina. Because, like there's the cultural battle right now, it's going on down there with conservatives or libertarians with leftism. And then they were also showing like the destruction, the trash on the streets after the end of the World Cup, how they were spinning it in a way to say that, oh, the fans were mad and they destroyed the city. But like then you would also see the other side, or they were showing the clips where like people were hugging each other, celebrating, singing. Like that to me did not seem like sore losers. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure there was some people that got out of control, but I'm sure it
There's
was
always
not.
some.
Yeah, that's the exceptions, not the rule. So yeah, that happened too. I don't know if I had anything else in regards to the propaganda.
The propaganda machine, bro. It's bad.
No, I don't.
Don't have anything else. Anything about the conspiracy theories? Because that's the other thing that people are going crazy about in Argentina. They're just
There's a lot, but the things that they're not verifiable. So
there's no verifiable. There's no foundations.
Yeah,
it's like I personally have a problem with repeating things unless there is, proof.
Yeah.
Because everything is possible. Yeah, everything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta stop and think before we just like go, oh yeah, that's 100% true, even though I've seen no evidence of it. And what we're seeing with our eyes could be the result of a number of things.
Yeah.
Like people are talking about how the players, they seemed off, right? Which we talked about. They seemed off to me. I chalked it up to the match before was so emotional because of what that means to both teams. Mm-hmm. There's a history there. There's a lot of anger for things that have happened in the past, both on the field and off the field.
Mm-hmm.
On the field, there have been some pretty things that, that our countrymen did that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of. I think it was disgraceful. And it's an unpopular opinion. I understand. I have many of those. But then also the war that happened.
You have many unpopular opinions.
Many. Most of them are.
Yeah.
Most of them are unpopular. I'm used to being not popular. How about you?
I think so. But the thing is,
comfortable with that.
I never really cared to.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. We don't really care.
Yeah.
We care about people's feelings and all that. Okay. I don't want to make anybody feel bad. But honestly, I just never really had that personality that I'm like, I'm going to die if somebody doesn't agree with my opinion. I'm okay with being a weirdo.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, that's an unpopular opinion I have in regards to that era in Argentinian football. I had some pretty rough memories back in the 90s of some of my heroes falling before my very eyes and finding out things about the world.
Yeah.
And I have
I think
unpopular
that's
opinions
also
attached to
why
that.
Messi is such a legend because, I mean, obviously the dude's probably not perfect, right?
No,
But like
yeah.
he's married, seems to care about his family and like his wife. He loved his wife
Yeah.
and not into any, drugs or anything weird like the other legend was, you know. So
Yeah, we could talk
it's
about him
different.
another time. Maybe when we
Yeah.
do the reaction to that documentary, we'll talk about what we think. It's some people may accuse me of, oh, it's just a generational thing. No, listen. When Maradona won the 1986 World Cup with the squad, I was already born. I grew up with him being an icon.
I was born too. I was like 4 months old.
Yeah. I grew up with him being an icon. I like wanted to watch him. I still remember the 1990 World Cup in Italy. And I can't remember if it was like semifinal or final, and Argentina scored a goal, and our dad picked me up and threw me up in the air, and I will never forget that. It was such an emotion. I loved Maradona. I really loved him. And then 1994 comes around and he gets kicked out. I mean, a lot of Argentinians will say, oh, he was set up and this and that. But I was told it was aspirin that he
You were
that
still
he
too young.
ingested. I was too young. But the narrative that, oh no, he was set up, he was set up, he was set up all my life. That's what I heard. But when you grow up and you start learning that the dude had serious drug problems,
Also, all sorts of corruptions and
all sorts of
depravities.
corruption,
Yeah.
he was not a stranger to being tricky. I would say like doing things that and enjoying with getting away with it. So why would I think that no, oh, just in this instance he was set up?
No.
That just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sorry. I know that's one of my very unpopular opinions. He was an amazing player, a pleasure to watch, magical even. But unfortunately, as somebody once said, and I will repeat, Maradona sometimes is the person a lot of Argentines of that era identify with and were, and Messi is the aspirational Argentine.
Yeah. What we should all aspire to be.
You know, a kind and humble person that's not perfect, that still, has a nerve and still gets mad sometimes and whatever, but he tries his best to stay on the straight and narrow, you know. Um, but where were we going with that? I can't remember now. It's so late.
It's late. 11:46. Wow.
Yeah.
Was there anything else? I had some like things regarding Adventism.
Okay, we'll
But we
touch on
don't.
that.
It's probably gonna be like, it's probably gonna get long. Right. Did you have anything about that?
No, I honestly take a break from that sometimes because it's just my personality. I can only care about certain things
No, I gotcha.
in
That's
a
how I
in
am
a
too.
okay, I'm gonna focus on this, and then okay, I'll pay attention to that again. That's just how my brain works.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking, I've still been reading my Bible and walking with Jesus every day.
Yeah.
But not trying to just trying to learn for myself a lot of things, and not get bogged down on debates. I'll get back to them. What about
At
you?
some point.
At some point.
No, sometimes I get stuff in like my algorithm, and I'm like, why am I getting this? Like, and I'm like, do I let it go? Do I just ignore it, or do I look at it? And then I look at it, and I'm like, why did I look at it? Because you have to respond.
It's very close to the heart, right? It's very
Yeah.
close to the heart, so it strikes a chord.
So this one post that I saved, because I'm really bad at saving like screenshots and stuff. But the one I saved.
Do you want me to bring it up?
Sure, if you can.
Let me see. It was in the. I think it was images.
The link.
It's fine. It was under social media content, right?
Something? Yeah.
And the first one that had the big picture, is that the one?
Yeah.
Let me just put both of them on.
That's not the whole post. That's just like the first. That's just the screenshot.
And then there was another one.
Yeah, the other one was someone's response. See, I don't know if that link works. I just sent on the private chat.
Okay, let me see.
That's the Instagram post. And then the screenshot has my comment, what I said on there, right? The post was about some, like, the Adventists, it's by Adventist Today, and they're asking, oh, are we really a cult or something like that? I think it says, is Seventh-day Adventism a cult? And then it goes on to say, you know, has like a quote of what people would say about the Adventist church, how they're like odd, and then they have they had a modern day, they didn't call her a prophet, they call her something else, which is tricky because they know what they're doing by not calling her a prophet. And then at the end basically said, if we have all these universities and schools and hospitals and we do all this work. And I was like, don't they realize what they're doing? I put claiming to be real Christians by pointing at the fake fruits. Where have we seen that? I laugh not to cry. Look at us. Look at all the good we do. And yeah, Roman Catholics, LDS, and others, they do the same thing. They point at their,
deeds.
Yeah, their,
good deeds.
Programs that they have in their organization for the community and, all of that. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with, that's not a fruit. That's not a spiritual fruit, right? The spiritual fruit is on the individual. And then I put the passage of, the very scary passage in Matthew 7. It says, Lord, Lord, on that day many will say to me, Lord, Lord, do we not prophesy in your name and cast out demons in your name and do many mighty works in your name? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, right? So, like, are you gonna come out to Jesus and say, oh, look at all these hospitals we had, look at all these universities we had, look at all the good we did? Like, it doesn't work like that.
No, that's not what is in the word.
Yeah,
that's a problem with not having the word of God, the Bible, as an authority. You can just come up with your own.
Because it sounds good, right? Like, it sounds like they're doing good in the communities, right? So it must be people. That they're good people, right? They must be real Christians because they're doing the good. But for starters, like, the good that an organization is doing is not at the individual level. Like, the individual level would be that person donating out of the kindness of their heart their own money to do something, That's
Yeah.
their doing. But even so, that is not what saves you, right?
Yeah.
That is not what saves you.
And that's not what makes you not a cult.
That's right.
Because I'm sure if you asked a Seventh-day Adventist whether Mormonism was
LDS.
a cult,
Yeah, they
they
probably
would
say
say yes. They would say
Exactly.
yes. And they also do a lot of good things.
Yeah, they do. We know
Yeah,
that
so
firsthand.
so this is the post
Yeah.
they sent. Look out.
Prolific co-founder. Not a prophet, excuse me.
Yeah, it's not. She's not a prophet when it's not convenient,
Mhm.
obviously, but she is when she needs to be an authority, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
These things, very hard to contend with. There's so much. Anything else
Yep.
you wanted to cover today?
No, I mean, I got a new Bible that I'm very excited about, but it's like it's a New Testament only. It's
Mhm.
one that West Half was like promoting. It's I don't know what it's called. Maybe next time I'll show it because it's over there. But I just started it like the day before yesterday. I'm also reading other books at the same time. I
Mhm.
never finish anything. I start stuff and
Reading.
never finish it.
Yeah, I started one too, but I haven't read.
I have to finish. The one that's pretty cool is the Islamic Dilemma.
Okay.
The whole group of David Wood and them.
Mhm.
They were promoting that one. So it's pretty interesting. And I like it how the guy laid it out. I mean, I'm barely on part one, but I like it how the guy lays it out. It's pretty easy to understand. So it's not like a scholarly book, it's something more for the common person. So
Mhm.
I like it. And yeah.
I'm glad you bring up Islam because I am aware that some people may say, "Oh, you guys are talking about narratives and people and not accusing everybody of the same thing." I mean, you can say that, but we're talking about an ideology.
The beliefs.
Islamism is not a people.
Mhm.
It's not a nationality. I mean, like anybody in the world could be Islamic. Anybody in the world could be of a certain religion. And then they could also change that.
Yeah.
People can change the way that they think and believe. They're not tied to that for life if they decide they don't want it. So, yeah, we're attacking ideologies and why some of them are really damaging to the world and very counterproductive and incompatible
Yeah.
with values that God has created the world to have, or that God tries to, even though we're fallen and in this fallen world, He still wants us to look to those values.
Yeah.
He's taught us in His word. He has prescribed to us as His followers. And there's some things that are just incompatible. It's not that we have animosity towards anybody in particular, like
Yeah. Just the ideology.
it's just the ideology.
Yeah. So I'm learning. I
Yeah.
listen to these guys debate, and they bring up the actual Quran and the Hadith and all of that, and they're teaching people what it says, right? Because it's like any religion. Like, I was a Christian my whole life, and I didn't really know. I knew like just 1% of the Bible, right? And supposedly we read it every week, but what you're reading, it's what's being handed to you. You're not actually going to the source, right? And
Yeah.
that happens to them too. Like they know what they teach them in the mosque every week.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to the actual sources. So
Yeah.
it's good
And
to learn.
Yeah, definitely don't hate anybody. We love people. We want them to be saved. We want to see them. We want to see them in heaven. Like
Yeah.
that one reel I sent you. I wish I would have saved it to put it here. It was a really funny. It would be nice to end with it.
What did it say?
It's a really funny reel, but I don't know how to share a screen. Maybe I could. I sent it to you
On
on
Instagram?
Instagram. Sent it to your mom. Hold on.
Like recently?
Yeah, I sent it to you today.
About if the churches were siblings?
Present. Share screen. Let's see. Okay. I guess I had to allow this program to see my screens. I don't know if it's gonna let it do it. What content? No. I definitely have to like download it and then
put it as a file.
Put it as a file. Screen recording. 1 second. I'm trying to get out of this. Get back to it, but it was kind of cute. Maybe we'll have it for next time because it can apply to any day. Cancel. Okay. Deny. Okay. So anything else?
No, that's it. Just continue studying the Bible and praying. That's the only way we get through the craziness. There's too much craziness and chaos going on right now.
Yeah.
So
definitely. And remember to be gracious. No one is perfect.
That's true.
I love even those that think different than me. And I just want them to know Jesus and be saved.
Yeah.
It's okay. Let's be kind to each other, no matter what.
Yep.
Okay. That's all for today.
See
you guys. Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Play outro.